The city never slept. Neon lights blinked, buses roared, and people hurried as if every second carried the weight of their future. In this restless chaos lived a 20-year-old boy named Rishi. He worked part-time at a bookstore, stacking shelves and delivering orders. But in his heart, he carried a dream. He wanted to be a painter. Rishi loved colors. He carried a small sketchbook everywhere, drawing the city skyline, crowded markets, or children playing on the sidewalks. Yet whenever he tried to paint something larger, something real, he struggled. His proportions went wrong, his shading looked clumsy, and his painting seemed lifeless. Once he nervously entered a small local art contest. But as the judges walked past his work, one of them whispered, "Amateur." That single word pierced him like a blade. Rishi felt embarrassed, as if the whole city had seen his failure. The humiliation followed him everywhere. Each time he picked up a brush, the judge's voice echoed in his ears. He began comparing himself with other young artists online who painted breathtaking portraits. Their work looked effortless, while his seemed awkward. One evening, while locking up the bookstore, he walked past a street artist finishing a mural on a building wall. The strokes were bold, confident, alive. A small crowd clapped and cheered. Rishi stood frozen, wondering, why can't I paint like that? Maybe I'm just not talented enough. The thought of giving up haunted him. The city was full of talented people. Who was he to dream of being one of them? That night at home, Rishi sat in front of a blank canvas. His brush trembled in his hand. Then he remembered a quote he had once read in an art book. "An amateur practices until he gets it right. A master practices until he can't get it wrong." Those words shook him awake. Maybe he wasn't lacking talent. Maybe he was lacking practice. He had expected perfection too soon. So Rishi made a decision. He would paint every day, not once a week, not when he felt inspired, every single day. The first few weeks were frustrating. His paintings looked messy, and sometimes he wanted to throw his brushes across the room. But he didn't quit. Slowly, his lines became cleaner, his colors more vibrant, his shadows more realistic. He began waking up before sunrise, practicing for hours before heading to the bookstore. He filled canvas after canvas, sketchbook after sketchbook. The walls of his small apartment turned into a gallery of progress, proof that persistence was paying off. Months passed. One day while painting at a park, a passerby stopped and said, "That's beautiful. How much for this piece?" It was the first time someone wanted to buy his work. That moment lit a fire inside him. A year later, Rishi entered the same art contest that had once humiliated him. This time, his painting captured the essence of the city. A mother holding her child amidst the rush of traffic, bathed in warm streetlight. The judges paused, studied, and nodded in admiration. When the results were announced, Rishi had won second place. Tears filled his eyes, not because he won, but because he realized how far he had come. As he walked back through the city that night, carrying his certificate and prize money, Rishi understood the truth. Talent is only the seed. Practice is the water, the sunlight, and the care that helps it grow. His journey had taught him something timeless. Practice makes perfect. Life in a busy city or anywhere else will always test us with noise, distractions, and failures. But remember, greatness is never built in a single day. It's the small, consistent steps, the practice we put in when no one is watching, that shapes who we become. So if you have a dream, don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it through practice. Because every time you repeat, you refine. And every time you refine, you get closer to perfection. If this story inspired you, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this reminder today. And let me know in the comments, what's the one skill you're going to practice until it becomes perfect? Together, let's keep growing. One step, one story, and one practice at a time. Thank you.